If you've seen my previous internet radio video, this Roberts Stream 83i will look familiar. We looked at it, we looked at the various controls on the front of the radio, and we saw how it worked with the undock software. Now, I think this radio was in production around the 2012, 2013 mark. I think that's when I bought this one. What I didn't realise, and what I only came across a couple of weeks back, was the fact that this radio has what looks to be an identical twin. This radio here, this is a Roberts Sound 80. I'll just bring it properly into view. You'll see it looks very, very similar, if not identical, to the Stream 83i. But the difference with this radio is that it is purely an FM and DAB radio. But you can see it has the same casing as the Stream 83i. Same buttons along the front. We've got the 5 presets. We've got a volume control on the left and a tuning control on the right. And at the rear of the receiver, again, very, very similar to the Stream 83i. Let's get it fully into view there. We've got the power connector. We've got a USB connector. What we haven't got, and I'll just quickly bring the 83i back into view. You can see there's an Ethernet connector there on the 83i. We haven't got the Ethernet connector. Oddly, as I say, we have got that USB. I think that USB is for firmware updates, of which, as far as I know, there've never been any. But you could potentially update the firmware of this radio. And then just the same as the Stream 83i, we have an auxiliary in, a line out, and a headphone jack. Of course, the telescopic antenna there, and the handle on the top, just the same. Another difference with this radio is that it doesn't cover, or it doesn't have, a DAB Plus facility. So this is FM and DAB only, whereas the 83i, the Stream, I'll just turn it round, covers, as the sticker says just on the front here, DAB, FM, of course, DAB Plus also. So it's interesting that these were marketed at slightly different times, but I think we find that the Sound 80 is the earlier model because it doesn't have DAB+. And then when they brought out the internet version, we have the DAB+ facility. So we'll just power these radios up and look at the differences on the display. I will just turn the power on. I'll turn the volume down a bit there. Let's see if it'll power up. We've got BBC Radio 2 there. So you can see the display is a little bit different from that of the 83i. Let's put the antenna up so we might actually get a stable signal there. BBC Radio 2. So we've got the clock there as well. Power that up. And turn the volume down, but hopefully you can see it's quite a different display. I'll just turn the lighting down a little here so that we can actually see a little bit better, hopefully. And there we can see the Stream 83i displays quite a bit different because it's got the internet radio facilities and it has to carry a bit more information, I guess. We've also got slightly different front panel buttons. We've got these 11 band buttons that obviously don't appear on the Sound 80, but Sound 80 nevertheless is very, very similar. We'll just go back to the Sound 80 and we can see the front layout with the buttons. But instead of the buttons on the 83i here, we have a dimmer button, which is quite handy. We can actually reduce and increase the intensity of the display there. We have a snooze and a sleep button, an alarm button, a menu button, the ability to switch between DAB, FM and an auxiliary input, and an auto tune button. So there it is. That's the Roberts Stream, or Roberts Sound 80 rather, as against the Roberts Stream 83i. I don't think later models of the Roberts Internet Radio had an analog equivalent like this. I've certainly been unable to find them, but I'm quite impressed with the sound quality of both of these radios, and it's nice to have the Sound 80 as part of the Roberts radio collection. Thank you for watching.